Peace. This is Cameron
Hey.
Calloway and my illustrious guest, Aisha Starz. We'll figure it out when we get there. I think this is episode 7. This is yeah, we're just gonna chop it up a little bit. It's storming over here, so pardon me if you hear like thunder and rain. Anakin, as always, is out here, so if you hear him moving around, that's what that is. And yeah, all right, so
Anakin is the dog, right?
yeah, the big baby. Yeah, this dude last time. Well, I'm my familiar. I'll say that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's the homie. I'm dog.
Okay, so most people don't when you say familiar, a lot of people wouldn't understand exactly what that is.
Mm. Oh, you want me to explain it? Or you want to get it?
No, I would love for you to explain exactly what that is. I know what that is, but I would
Okay.
love to hear what you.
Okay. So from the information that I have, I'm a dog person. Always been a dog person. On my mother's side, we've always like been around dogs, raised dogs. Even with the shirt, like dog clans and all that. So I noticed when I got Anakin, he's an American Akita, but when I got him, he reminded me of 3 other dogs I had in my life,
Oh.
and the same look, same mannerisms, temperament. People say he's a dog, cool, but there's a connection. So yeah, he's my familiar. That's my guy. Like
Yeah,
we've
your
done this
guide,
before.
right?
Yeah, he and I have done this before.
Yeah. I
A
love
lot.
that.
Yeah, so that's from my understanding. I could be missing something though.
No, I feel like that's perfect. Because that's kind of how I feel about it too. I don't have a familiar, but um, it could be like a past loved one, an ancestor, could be, somebody that you've done life with before, a guide, whatever, whatever energy you feel about the animal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now that we're taking it there on spirituality, can you please explain to the people what you do, and later on we'll get into how you do it.
Oh wow. So, well, I do a lot of tarot. I read tarot, which is not a gift or anything. Anybody can do tarot. But I do like to use intuitive tarot. So that means that I do tap into your energy if you allow me to, or to your higher self to pull messages, for you. So that's what I do. I also utilize light language and light codes. Light language is the universal language. A lot of people don't understand what that is. I kind of like to describe it as like if you're religious or you grew up in the church, it's like speaking in tongues.
Yep.
It's kind of the same thing, it's just on a different frequency. It depends on the person, what vibration frequency you're on. That's the energy that you can tap into. Or you're tapping into your higher self. You can tap into beings,
Mhm.
different things like that. But I use it to transmute energy. So you can change energy from, like, say, negative to positive.
Mhm.
You can use it to heal your body, that type of thing.
So you mentioned the word. First of all, there's a lot to unpack, and I love how you explain light language. And actually, let's backtrack to anybody can do tarot, because
Yeah.
I'm a firm proponent of one being able to do whatever they put their mind and their intention and their energy to. Like,
Right.
I feel like we're boundless, limitless beings in a meat suit experiencing this earth thing, but we still
Hmm.
have that power. We just got to tap into it. So can you start with
Yeah.
anybody being able to do tarot, and maybe a brief explanation of why you say that?
So the reason why I say anybody can do tarot is because tarot is a mode of divination, and you can learn all of the meanings of the 78 cards that are in tarot. 78, right?
Yeah.
So, um They all have their meanings. They have multiple different meanings. But then you begin to get into like the intuitive side of it when you start to interpret based off energy or based off of, maybe your spirit guide. You could pull a card. Let's say I pull like the Two of Cups, and a lot of people would say, oh, that's about relationships, that's about marriage, that's about a partnership. There's a lot of symbology in the cards, so intuitively you could bring forth a lot of different other things. So you could go off of like the just regular meaning of the card, but then you can kind of start to tap into your intuition a little bit deeper and take it just a little bit farther than just the average. So anybody can learn the meaning of the cards, pull a card and kind of get like a understanding. But then yes, it kind of takes a person who's a little bit more tapped in to maybe take it on an intuitive type of a reading level. Does that
Ah,
make sense?
it makes perfect sense. So for the
Okay.
people out there, if you're not confident in yourself and being able to do this thing, pick up a tarot deck or a regular playing card deck. Understand what each archetype, image, number suit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and tap in, like really get to it. Cause we're we're not just animals that can speak. You know what I mean? Like
right.
human beings are very, and again, this is my opinion, but human beings are far more divine than most conventional Western religions would have us believe.
Yeah, exactly. We are spiritual beings. We're just this is like our vehicle, the body, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We're actually higher beings, higher dimensional beings that are just, having an experience. I feel like we're here to learn lessons to elevate us in the spirit realm.
Hmm.
That's what I think anyway.
Nah, I agree completely. It's and one of those things that assists with that is astrology. Are you into astrology at all?
I am into astrology. I haven't, been actively doing astrology in a while, but I'm very much into astrology though.
Okay. I Let's see here. Hold on.
It's
Anybody knows
hot.
me in real life, as you see on my little banner, it says knower of self. I encourage everybody to know who you are. And wait,
Yeah.
does it bother you if I use foul language? Because I curse.
No, is that an Aleister Crowley saying know thyself?
Um, he utilized it, but far older. It
Got
was
you.
all the temples in ancient Kemet had man know thyself or whatever the transliteration is in that language. Hindu temples, Quiche Maya temples, Mexica, Peruvian, Bolivian, Patagonian, like everybody. That's from my research. I've seen that that's one of the common threads, as
This
well
is
as
a smart guy right here. Y'all
uh,
need to pay attention to what he's saying.
I appreciate you. A little bit of a nerd. It's
Yeah.
yeah, but it's the common thread. Like for myself, I have no wait. That's the side self is as a reminder to me, but also a message to everybody I encounter. Like,
Yeah.
we're all different. We're all the same, but we're all
We're
different.
all this exactly.
Yeah. So, I feel like the astrology you when you learn about astrology and much like tarot, archetypes, elements, numerology, angles, things of that nature. When you understand astrology and study your own natal chart, you're able to see what your mission is while you're here.
Right.
So I
You
don't
can
think
see a lot of different things, right? You can see like maybe what past lives you've had,
yes.
what you're supposed to change in this lifetime based on like
Mhm.
your north node, your south node, different
Mhm.
things like that. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
love I love astrology. I really do.
Yeah, yeah. It hit me when I was young. One of my uncles was heavy into astrology, and well, actually, two of them on opposite sides, and they both have the same first name. That's ironic.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I've noticed a lot of commonalities and intricacies within my life. Like my birthday is
Me
equidistant
too.
with my parents.
It's your birthday's what now?
Equidistant, like the same amount of days from my mom's to mine is the same amount of days from mine to my dad's.
That is interesting.
Yeah. It's when you unpack that shit.
And how do you begin to unpack something like that? Because I have a similar, not kind of like that situation with a birthday or whatever, but I never could figure out what it was. And I had a reading done by like a person who studies numerology. And she said it had to do with my life path number 9. So how did you figure out how to like unpack that?
um, so my mother is mid-November. I don't think she's comfortable with me saying her. My mom doesn't like me sharing her information on the internet, and I respect it.
Yeah, I
Like
gotcha.
images, none of that shit. So I hers is mid-November, mine is December 3rd, and my father's is Christmas. And it just hit me one day when I'm like just thinking about, all right, my mom's birthday is this day. I want to go see her. My birthday is this day, and my dad's birthday is this day. I would like to go see him, and just trying to logistically figure it out. And I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, hold the fuck up. And I'm a visual artist, so I visualize when I see. And as I see the calendar, I'm like, it's right in the middle.
And you were
And
like, oh, this is crazy.
yeah, and I started thinking about growing up and my dynamic between the two of them and this triad that we've, karmically agreed to. And it's like, oh, all of that made sense right in that moment. And
Yeah,
yeah, so I'm them, or
I love that.
the happy medium, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. The balance,
yeah,
between the yin and the yang, or
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I appreciate this spiritual journey. That's one reason I really want to have you up here and interview you, because I want to pick your brain.
oh,
So
here we go.
yeah, I ain't gonna go too crazy.
I'm not as smart as you are though, so
Bullshit, bullshit. Let's not. Pardon me.
I need to pick your brain.
Yeah, you absolutely anytime. Holla at me. Like you know, I'm an open book. I'm here to get with. I'm with the shits.
Yeah,
And I've learned as a I've learned as an adult that I still have to do what I came to do, but I used to rely on people to back me up. And
yeah.
I used to always get caught like holding the bag proverbially. So now it's just like, nah, fuck it, I'm jumping out the window. If you come and come on.
Right.
Yeah. And that's I feel appreciative, I feel glad. I'm very, very happy to be alive during this time to experience and contribute to the shift that's happening. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've heard people say this is the best time to be alive.
Yeah. And wait, so what's your views on it? How do you feel about the shift that we're going through, and what are you seeing?
I'm excited for it, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I don't align with, but that's okay. I try to stay in an energy of neutrality.
Mm,
And so also too, I was just talking to your cousin today about being an alchemist and being able to shift and transmute energy, and how we're the creators of our reality and we don't let things affect us. If they do affect us, we change it for our good. So I'm excited about all the different things that are happening in the world. I mean, obviously with the president and stuff like that, I don't know if you want to get into all of that. There's a lot to unpack with all of that, but it's still very interesting who our president is right now, what's happening all the
Yeah,
stuff that's going on in California, all the different things that's
yeah,
happening. I mean, it is it's an interesting time energetically.
absolutely.
It's a lot going on, but you still need to be excited for life, right? Because we did choose to come here. I do believe that we did choose to come here. We got to come here at this time. We get to choose our parents. We get to choose our life lessons and all of that good stuff. So I don't know. I'm excited to be here. And I was just talking, having a. Do you talk to yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, I was just talking to myself and I was saying, girl, that lesson that you were supposed to learn like 10, 20 years ago, it's coming back up again. You need to figure it out this time and learn it because I don't have much more time. So,
Yeah. Nah, I understand. That's the power of, first of all, intuition. First of all, that's God speaking to you. And again, astrology. Like yeah, I had a similar conversation with myself. Like, this is another cycle and it's coming to a crescendo. But now I can see
yes.
it.
Now
Yeah.
you can see it, right? So that makes
Yeah.
it that's what's important is that a lot of people don't see,
Right.
you know. And so
Hmm.
it's really important to level your energy up,
Hmm.
from your root chakra all the way up through your body.
Hmm.
And so that way you're able to see, what's happening spiritually, not just like, secularly, it's all about what's happening spiritually.
Absolutely. And if they need somebody to help them level up, right? Who can they contact? How can they get to you?
So you can definitely contact me. My main mode that I use for like communication is TikTok. I think that is that my link. It is
Yeah.
Aisha Stars on TikTok. You can literally DM me. I don't DM first. But you can literally DM me. I do readings, I do coachings. Um, if you just want to have a conversation, obviously it's not always going to be free. I do charge for services, but I do a lot of free services too. So I like to share, myself freely, but I do charge for, because I do believe in a energy exchange. So, but if you just
Absolutely.
hit me up and let me know like what's going on, what you need help with, then we can start from there.
Bad. So I have her link tree scrolling across the bottom, and it's also in the description. So if you want to contact her about some of her services, do that shit.
Thank you for that. So I am a developing psychic medium. And I say developing because I feel like we're always developing. I feel like there's always something new to learn. You know, so I'm not a master at anything. I'm still learning and developing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that speaks to me. I'm a Sag, that's my thing. I always want to learn, develop, experience, evolve, grow,
Mm-hmm.
and really,
Yes.
I want to get to it and get to the truth, most importantly. And all of these sacred sciences that have been demonized by Abrahamic religion and different political forces have fought to get us away from being able to tap in with
Mm-hmm.
soul and divinity
Yeah.
and universe. Also, my political views are a lot different from a lot of people's. However, I have no problem talking about politics. And to preface that, I think all of them are trash.
Yeah, they're all trash.
Yeah.
Well, they're all puppets, you know. When Kanye said, what he say? We're all slaves. He got
Hmm.
a couple little trinkets or whatever. A lot of those people, celebrities, politicians, you should be glad of who you are, that you're not them. I
Hmm.
mean, because they are, I mean, we're all slaves in some way, but they're even bigger slaves than we are, okay?
Yeah.
Um, so you have a lot more free will than they do. So when
Absolutely.
you see a politician, which I used to want to be into politics, I'm glad I didn't go that route. But
Mm,
if you see someone like that on TV with a view, just know they're not able to speak their true mind. They have to speak what's on the agenda.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And
they're all trash.
yeah, pretty much. It's I'll say this. I'm glad that the orange guy is in there and he ran on the whole release the list thing because first of all, that was the only way he was gonna win because he's a piece of trash. Second of all, they're not releasing it and the people are not gonna give up on that shit. we
I
that kid,
mean,
nah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. You go ahead because I was going to go on a whole other tangent. You go ahead.
Like seeing the backlash and the outcry and the anger about these people who did these heinous things to innocent children and people
Yeah,
not giving up on it, that adds to my hope for
yeah,
humanity and for this world because no matter complexion, religion, no everybody's like, hey, no, we want to know, we want them out of here. It'll collapse the government. Okay.
yeah,
No, everybody's on one accord with that. And it gives me hope in humanity
yeah,
because yeah. And again, I'm an optimist. I do see things as
yeah. I'm an
objectively as
optimist too.
possible, but it's knowing about manifestation and attraction, I do my best to stay away from those pessimistic and negative thoughts because
Yeah.
yeah, worrying is praying for the shit you don't want.
Yeah, and two, like, putting oxygen on a fire just makes the what fire worse, right? So, I mean, a lot of times it's okay to discuss and know what's going on in the world, but a lot of times it's good to just shut that. Can we cuss on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shut that shit out because
I smoke cannabis and everything up here. Sorry
oh,
for cutting
that's
you off.
what's up. No, that's what's up. I love. Okay, I might have
Bet.
to get up with this little platform here. This is my first time on here, y'all. By the way.
Yeah, stream
Um,
of though.
but I am on Twitch, but I can't remember what my Twitch is. I think it's Aisha Stars, and I'm gonna start being on Twitch a little bit more. Um, but when it comes to the children, I'm glad that we haven't lowered ourselves too far to where we're not, not trying to protect the children because it's just outrageous what's they're the most innocent human beings. They can't do for themselves.
Uh-huh.
So they trust and rely on us, and it's all kind of stuff going on. I don't want to say too much on your platform, but even with child protective services and things like that, everybody thinks it's cool to call child protective services on someone and get their kids taken away. Well, you don't know what's happening to those kids
There you go.
once they go to child protective services. Those are government agencies. Just keep that in mind before you decide that somebody's not doing well with their own kids that they decide to bring here. you know a lot of times kids still just want to be with their parents.
Absolutely.
So let's just keep that in mind. Don't call child protective services the same way y'all don't call the police,
Yeah,
because it's a government agency and you don't know what's happening to those kids once they get into the system.
I agree totally. I feel like us as a people, the broad us, um, we already understand what this government is capable of when it comes to heinous crimes and again, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I
Me too.
entertain, yeah, I entertain all of them. I and we got the internet, so if I feel like researching it, I can look it up.
Right. And you have AI.
Yep. Which, yo, that's a whole nother. My
That's a
homie,
whole other thing too.
yeah, my homie said something interesting. He said, AI stands for Allah's intelligence.
Allah's intelligence.
Yeah, and again, all of these words are words. I did practice Islam for a while.
Hmm.
I could consider myself a Muslim because I adhere to the Most High, but I don't practice in a sense of going to mosque and all that, right? Same way I
Yeah.
could consider myself a Christian because I know who the historical Jesus was, and that nigga literally said, "Don't worship me," over and over. But he, whatever. But I say all that to say that he said it's Allah's intelligence, and it just had me thinking like this AI is pulling from the internet and whatever that is. And then there's a lot of stories of us having internet before, this common era. So if you're tapping into the same frequencies and wavelengths and it's already saved on the cloud, then it's a whole bunch in there.
It's very deep. Google is, to me, I'm not even going to lie, people might not like the word that I'm going to use, but it's low key like a Ouija board.
Mm,
I mean, you don't know what you're tapping into.
that's a
Okay?
fact.
Um so yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
That's
keep
all I'm going to
going.
say about I mean, it literally, I really, I guess I really don't know how to articulate it in a way for everybody to understand. But when you're going into Google, visualize a Ouija board. You're asking it questions. You're waiting for an answer. You
Yep.
don't know where the answer is coming from. A lot of the times, there might be some cited sources and things like that. You don't know if those sources are even actually accurate or not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a great tool to have, but like I said, it is like a more, I feel like what happens is a lot of the times the spiritual things they manifest into the natural. And so that's kind of like for me, like the natural like Ouija board.
I agree. That's a cold one. I'm gonna start using that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's I'm an MC, so I play with words a lot, and
Yeah.
that phrase, yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
and
people are so afraid of Ouija boards, they're like, it's the devil, it's this or that. I mean, it's another mode of divination, just like kind of like tarot, and tarot's the same thing as Google. I can
mhm,
ask my card questions just like I can ask Google questions.
mhm. Yeah, it's
Google is like a divination tool.
that's that's it right there. It's so when I was living in Maryland, I found out where the Exorcist thing happened, and yeah, that's a whole. First of all, they put a children's park at that spot.
Oh, where they had like an exorcism?
You know the movie The Exorcist, like the one from the '70s, Linda Blair.
I think I saw it.
Oh, you haven't seen is yeah.
I think I saw it. I think I've seen them all. Actually, they don't, because they don't scare me at all. Because
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even like scary movies. To me, are so hilarious. But even like the exorcisms, even to me, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the reason I bring it up because I know you're not spooked out by that shit. And I know you see, right?
Yeah,
And one night, I found out where it was, and the first movie was loosely based on a true story. They changed some details, but apparently the process of exorcising the entity was fairly accurate. So, and this is what I was driving Uber. I picked up a guy in the same neighborhood. Mind you, first of all, these assholes built the children's playground at that spot, and
yeah,
no
that's
kids,
wild.
no kids play there. It's like dark birds of prey, ravens, crows, and vultures that hang out over there, like real spiritual vortex.
Yeah,
And
there's some type of there's a portal there.
yes, definitely. And it just made me think, people are scared of these things, partly because of that movie and the propaganda. But it's I encourage people when you're dealing with these things, understand how to protect yourself. And there's many modes, many modalities and devices you can use. Um, the most effective ones aren't even physical items. It's really just your intention and your prayer. But
Absolutely.
yeah, and but it just like the conversation about my fault. My mind is going in mad different directions.
No, you're great. Good. I mean,
Thank you. You Solomon controlling the demons, Goetia, the rings, the stones, and all of that, right? They say he has sigils on the rings and the stones, and that's what you choose to control the 72 demons. You can get into the math of 72 and the five-pointed star and 360 and him controlling himself and all of that. But Google and AI is a divination system.
yeah.
Computer chips, logos, and computer chips and logos and components being the sigils to trap these entities or control them. And
Hmm.
you saying that just kind of put that together in my mind. Like, yes, it's literally that. Spirit, physical technology is catching up to spiritual technology
Yeah.
to allow, those access that don't feel like they have access.
Yeah, and they try to demonize certain divination, but yet what they do is just turn it into a technology
Mm-hmm.
that they use, and people will walk around and say, "Oh, that's evil, that's the devil," you know, the symbols, like you said, and sigils and different things like that. Well, you know, that's not how I feel about sigils or symbols or things like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people can do what they want to do. The book of Psalms is like a tool that a lot of alchemists or even witches use for protection and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different types of things in the Bible, like the eating of Jesus's body and drinking of his blood and in remembrance of me and all these different things,
Mm-hmm.
that people do. And when I see stuff like that, I laugh because I'm like, basically what they're doing is veneration.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's funny to me, but I love the idea of sigils. Um what else did you say? You mentioned something else too. Um
Um, what was it?
you mentioned something before that I was thinking about talking expounding on, but I can't remember now what it was.
Oh man. So
But we can come
that,
back to.
absolutely. That's kind of why again, the title we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
It's very loose. So I'm a sad, y'all. I got straight wanderlust. I enjoy taking walks and just figuring out what the day has to give me.
Yeah.
It's it's
Well,
magical.
I'm a Virgo and I'm kind of like that too.
Word.
Even though people say we're like organized and not all that, I'm like the most unorganized person. I don't know. Maybe it's my other placements though.
Yeah.
So
As I learn more, I realize that yeah, the other placements have a
the other
whole
placements,
yeah, yeah. It's
you know.
yeah, like I'm not supposed to be this talkative, and my entire life I've been told I talk too much until I start
Oh, you probably have like a Gemini placement, I bet.
rising.
Your rising sign?
Yep.
Oh, that's see, there you go. And in
Yeah,
this lifetime, then you're supposed to take on a lot of those characteristics of the Gemini.
absolutely. And again, study, it made sense. It's like, oh yeah, all right. I'm supposed to talk. I'm supposed to.
Yeah, people are supposed to hear you.
Yeah. So let's move
Geminis
into
are
it.
super intelligent people ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication. Like, you guys have a lot to say. You have a lot of knowledge. You're very intelligent, and people automatically are drawn to you for what you know.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Yeah, you're welcome. It's true.
yeah, I appreciate you. So what got you into first studying these high sciences? And after your study, what made you say it's time to take my gifts and help people?
Well, okay, so I'm a Virgo sun, first of all. And I feel like as a Virgo sun, I'm already naturally like a humanitarian. I already like to give back. I already like to care for people. I feel like Virgos, we just are service people. We like to serve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's first, okay? But when I was a kid, something inside of me knew that I was not like other kids. I wasn't very social. Um, the other kids always were like, "You're a party pooper," and this, that, and the third. But like, I remember laying in the bed saying, "God, make me psychic." And I never understood why I was saying that, but it was my higher self who knew,
Mm-hmm.
that I was like a seer already. Um, so it started when I was young, but I will say this, I did get in, like, I was very grew up very religious. Um, I didn't understand religion until I was probably a teenager, and my mom was on drugs. She wasn't really being the best mother that she could be for me. Um, and I was starting to be a little bit wild, like, hanging out with my friends, not really wanting to go to school and do the stuff that I was supposed to be doing. So, anyways, one day there was this pastor, um who would approach me, like, he would approach me and he would make going to church sound like it was fun, like, "Oh, you need to come to my church, you need to do this and that." So I eventually, started to just go to church on my own and became very religious. um and that was the beginning, though, of my spiritual journey, was religion. I do feel like religion is good for some people at some points in their life.
Mm-hmm.
For me, at that point in my life, it was a good thing. It was the catalyst for who I am today. Um, I feel like, you know, I still hold on to some of those things, while still trying to dismantle a lot of the other things. Um, but I think that before COVID hit, um, well, actually, I'll backtrack. So I became very religious. Um, I met this girl, though. She's a Bosnian and like a gypsy, and she loved tarot. And so she would ask me, like, "Can I give you a tarot reading?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't believe in that. You can't bring that in my house." But I let her bring it anyway because she was very convincing. So I let her bring it. She did a reading on me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so accurate." Like, that's crazy how accurate it was. And then I was very confused. Um, then also too, I will say, if you have never seen the movie, what is it, Eat, Love, Pray, with Sandra Bullock?
Mm-hmm.
If you go watch that movie, if you're a very religious person, like, they're on that movie speaking in tongues, they're connecting with their like, they're connecting with their higher selves, like, and they look like church. And I was like, "Wait a minute, what are they doing? I thought only Christians could do this." And I realized very quickly that I was obviously in a box, living in a box. So it was things like that that made me say, "Hold up a second, I need to start asking more questions. I need to find out what's really going on." Well, right before COVID, I don't know what happened. Just, I was on YouTube. I started seeing people doing tarot readings and stuff like that. And I was like, "I can do that." I was like, "I can do what she just did. I can do that." I don't know how I knew I could do it. It was just a knowing. It was just a knowing of, I can do that. So I ordered what is it? The um, welterweight, rider weight deck, like the first deck that most beginner tarot
Oh,
readers
yeah.
get.
Probably
the
deck.
rider the rider weight, like the
Yellow Probably.
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
I
know,
got
probably
that
in
one.
those pictures, right?
I believe it because some of those pictures look like,
Yep.
uh so that's interesting.
Yeah. I think I have 777. Um his book 777. I have it over here. And when I read
Really?
it, yeah, he's probably a motherfucker. Um I would not call him a charlatan, but I would call him an asshole. And yeah, he did a lot of taboo things. And
Yeah.
I I'm not mad at the ones that were consensual with adults, and anything else I shame, and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I haven't really honestly looked. I'm very like every now and then look up some stuff about him, but I haven't like read any of the books or anything like that. Um, but they
Interesting.
s- they steal information and reuse information, anyway,
Yes. He
to their benefit. So
yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about him. Um he he didn't lie about that. He kept it straight buck.
he kept it
Yeah,
straight up about it.
him, whoever wrote the this other Goetia demonology book, I kind of feel like going to grab him, but I don't feel like getting up. Um yeah, a lot of those people, McGregor Mathers, what's the other dude? Manly P. Hall. When you start reading like the old Masonic books and the OTO and the Golden Dawn and the Rosicrucian,
Yeah,
they're telling the truth in there, or at least the truth how they see it. And
yeah.
they're telling you where they got it from. They're not hiding that. It's not a secret. It's not. It's
You
just
just
that
have to go look for the information.
that's it right there. Like you said with being being in the Christian box and then seeing other people practice the same culture in a different way but call it something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
And there's only one way to heaven, and it's
yeah,
all of that stuff. You're going to hell, and all of that stuff.
yeah. It I I I was raised Christian as well. I also looking back, my elders, especially my grandmother and them and their generation, they were straight hoodoo practitioners.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, straight up. They was
Oh, so you're blessed.
yeah. I'm appreciative, and I was born with 12 fingers, so
Really?
yeah, yeah. You probably
Did
wouldn't be
they
able to
do you
do
still
that.
have them?
Nah, they cut them off. I was
Oh,
born
they
in
cut them
Catholic.
off. That
Yeah,
is interesting.
yeah. I was born in Catholic hospital, so they cut them shits off.
Wow, that's very, very interesting to me.
Yeah. As I, start doing study, it's like, oh, but just I remember seeing them make concoctions, make soups, do certain things in the garden. You got to eat this at a certain time, and things like that.
Hmm.
It's just normal. And as I get older and I start researching, I'm like, oh, they was practicing hoodoo, but they were straight up. And like my grandmother used to tell me, my mom's mom, she used to tell me she was like, first of all, she was American Indian and claimed it in those times. And she was a large woman. She was like 6 foot. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but she used to tell me, she was like, my children, a lot of people in our family, they can run from it or whatever, but you can't. So I'm gonna give you what I got. And so we would talk. I would listen to her a lot. And I spent a lot of time with her. And learning that, first of all, learning that hoodoo doesn't, there's some African stuff sprinkled in there, but that's American. It's American. Our culture,
Wow.
yeah, straight up and down. I mean, the research.
So,
I feel
like,
fortunate to be here right now. You know what I mean? Because we got access
yeah,
to information. What were you gonna say?
I was just had a question about that. So, is that like African American, like the slaves? Is that where it
So
comes from?
that's a. I'll say this.
Or is it
According
American, like,
American, like Indian, like
oh,
indigenous,
gotcha.
Aborigine, we practice our same culture. I mean, you've been to church. You're in church. You've seen the shit. Sage comes from here.
Yeah. Well, the first time I started to use sage was when I was in South Dakota, and a Native American girl introduced me to sage.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of black people will tell you if you're not indigenous, um, you're not supposed to use sage, but I will tell you. Um, it was given to me by a Native American, full-blooded Native American girl. That's when I started using it. And when I say about transmuting energy, this is a very good divination tool or whatever
Mhm.
energetic tool to transmute energy. So yeah. But anyways,
Absolutely.
back to what you were
Nah, you're good. It's
saying.
like I feel fortunate to be here at this time because we got access to the information
Yeah.
and contextualizing the fact that according to the federal government, there were only 90,000 African people brought to the United States in over the course of 300 years.
How many?
90,000.
90,000 to America.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
How in the world do you get 20 million people from that?
Well, we might have already been here.
That's what I'm saying. It makes more sense. You're not
It don't it though?
yeah.
So
And
are we indigenous or not? That's another thing.
I would say everybody practice knowledge of self and look that shit up because I can't tell you what you are, but I can tell you what I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm not,
Yeah.
and I feel it's a disservice to any individual that I meet for me to project anything onto them outside.
Right. Okay. Yes, I appreciate that and respect that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not a hypocrite. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I hate being told what to do and how to do it just because I say so. Um,
Yeah. Go find out for yourself and do what works for you.
yes.
Everything's not a one size fits all like religion. Oh, I know what I was going to say about religion is I feel like, what happens is we get information from other beings, right?
Oh, you
Whether
can
you
go
believe.
there.
So if I'm yeah, so I feel like, they give us information, we turn it into a religion.
Hmm.
I don't know if anybody's ever had a visitation from like a higher being, but I have.
Hmm.
Now whether they have told me to do anything specific, they have, but it was only for myself. It wasn't like, oh, go teach this to this person or go tell this person that. What they told me was for me, for my own good, to serve whatever purpose I'm here to serve. But a lot of times I think people do actually, like the Scientology guy. I can't even think of his name. The guy who created Scientology and wrote
L.
all the what's his
L. Ron
name?
Hubbard. L. Ron
L.
Hubbard.
Ron Hubbard.
I got his
Or
books
like,
over here too.
do you? And they're expensive books. There's
Yo, I came up on them from somebody. One of my friends was cleaning out a old building, might have been a library or something. And they were in the box, and he was like, "I know you're into this shit. Here,
oh, so he just gifted them to you.
yeah, yo,
Okay, because they're
blessing."
like they're extremely. If you go look up the Scientology, like they want your money. It's
Mm-hmm.
very expensive religion.
Mm-hmm. And it's from I study that I studied that a little bit too. It's very interesting. Some things
Yeah,
some things I agree with, some things I disagree with. Most of
yeah, yeah.
it's always the same thing. When people
Well,
talk about that be subservient shit, I'm like, nah, you lost me.
I don't like the subservient thing at all, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not for me.
Mm.
Um
But like you,
Subservient if you're living at someone else's house and they're paying all the bills and they're the one feeding you and that type of thing. Okay, yes, subservient. That's when you should be subservient.
yes, it's
Um
like you were saying earlier, organized religion works for some people.
mhm.
It
It
I
really does for
Yeah.
recovering alcoholics, people who
Mm,
are recovering drug addicts, people
mhm.
like that. They benefit a lot from religion
Absolutely. That it
because it
context is
gives them rules.
yep. The structure. The,
It's
that's what I
structured.
that's what I appreciated about Islam when I was like heavy on my Muslim thing. It's the structure of it.
Yeah.
If you're doing it, I'm not gonna say the right way because that's just subjective. The way I interpret Quran and the way I was taught by elders who I'm actually related to is that when you make salat, you shower, you bathe entirely. You don't just wash your hands and wash your face, your feet. bathe. So you're taking at least 5 baths a day. You're eating with more of a natural circadian rhythm. You're taking that time out to pray 5 times a day. You're up before sunrise because that's the first prayer. And you're to bed early. It helps one be super disciplined. And learning where it came from, it makes sense. They were unifying warring nations of people in the Arabian Peninsula. That's it. Christianity was in occupied Palestine, and it was a dude telling the Jewish population that, hey, if they're not assholes, let them chill because the rest of them are trying to destroy us.
Hmm.
If they want to be peaceful and they understand these principles, then yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
Judaism is, exiled Egyptian or Cometian or whatever people of that culture taking literally one of the gods from that culture or one of the elder gods from that culture and splitting. It's not that complicated.
Hmm.
People, people take people who seek power want to control masses of people, so they do whatever they can to do so.
And and it's very easy because what happens is then instead of them having to control, people start to control themselves.
Yep.
And then they start to control others. So then they just give you, the controlling information.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to use it to control yourself, and then you're controlling others. So then they get to sit back and be like, hey, it worked.
Yeah, that's it. That's really it. It's yeah, caste system.
The what system?
Caste system. Like
Mm,
Hindustan, and yeah, it's that. It's
okay, I've never heard of it. But
basically,
yeah,
yeah, same exact thing you described. It's that. It's heinous. I am definitely,
yeah.
I'm far less violent, and it's a lot of flies in here. I know what that means.
What?
uh,
Monitoring.
yeah, yep.
Monitoring spirits, but that's why I like my sage every now and then, because I can tell if there's like an energy shift, then you
Yeah.
can. So that's
You mind if
another
I
thing
smoke some
too.
tobacco?
You said what?
You mind if I smoke some tobacco?
Oh no, I don't mind at all.
That's another thing I learned. Like I smoke, right? But
Yeah,
and then I'm learning what tobacco's initial purpose was, and it's like, oh,
it's like an offering, right?
yes,
Do you do it as
uh,
like an offering or?
at times, but it's more so it's protection. Tobacco banishes negative spirits.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And if you I don't know if you're into psychedelics or anything like that, but they drink tobacco when they do ayahuasca. This to act they go together.
So I've never myself did it, only because that is another part of my personality that I just haven't been able to, what's the word, deconstruct yet.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm a Virgo sun, I'm a Capricorn moon, I'm very like
You
earthy.
too?
um
I'm a
huh?
Capricorn. I'm a
Are you a
Capricorn.
Capricorn moon?
Absolutely.
That's why that's okay, okay, that makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense.
it does.
um I like to be in control of my sensibilities. I like to be like a lot in control. Which some people will be like, well, how can you do that and you do mediumship or whatever? I make it work. I make it work, but I'm still working on, like, deconstructing a lot of the human part of myself. So I feel like one day I'll get there with the psychedelics. I think I'll get there one day. I just haven't gotten there yet. But I think it's a good way to tap in.
Yes. Very therapeutic if you use it the right way. I
Yeah.
I discourage. I've never done ayahuasca. I Let me not say never because when I do that, then I do it. But ideally, I would want to do ayahuasca in the jungle in the proper setting to do ayahuasca.
Yeah, like with the right people around, that type of thing.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I wouldn't even want to do it with. I don't. I'm not doing psychedelics with a group of people. I'm already empathic. I'm doing. I have to. I know I have to put. I have to protect myself because I take on others' energy. So I
Yeah.
have to, and I don't want to passively do that. So, and I know what psychedelics do to the mind. It takes down all the walls. Well, ayahuasca
Mm-hmm.
specifically, DMT specifically, and psilocybin mushrooms specifically. But so no, I do that shit by myself or with the babysitter. But
Got you.
yeah, because I'm not, I
You
don't,
have to do that type of thing with somebody that you feel like you can trust or you feel comfortable with.
yes, and it's not going to project them it's not going to project anything to you. I know my demons. I don't know everybody else's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha. That's a fact.
yeah. And I encourage everybody not to do exactly how I do, but consider those things before you take those trips. Because
Yeah.
energy and frequency, we're using cell phones right now. 100 years ago, they would have thought that shit was magic. 200 years ago, they'd have killed somebody for having one. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to remember where I saw like this Egyptian, like I don't know what it was called, so don't come for me. I don't know what it's called,
Yep.
like a hieroglyph. I don't know, but I saw somebody who took a trip to Egypt and they showed like one of the carvings, and I swear the carving they showed, she looked like she had a cell phone up to her ear.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying it was an actual cell phone, but what I'm saying is a lot of the technology we have now, we had it all, we've had it already. But like she literally looked like she had a cell phone up to her ear like this.
Oh yeah.
Some type of communication thing that she. So it's real
Hmm.
crazy to me.
Nah, I agree
I
a
don't
hundred
know.
percent. There's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, and I believe, in my opinion, and from the research I've done, and this isn't, I'm not prefacing this for you because I know we having this conversation, we on the level. This is for you internet motherfuckers. That America's Atlantis, or the last part of Atlantis that didn't sink, and human history is way older than what we've been told. Like ancient Egypt, that was, let's say,
Hmm.
7 to 2,000 years ago. That's a great expanse of time. When you look into what they believe, they said their gods came from Atlantis, the land across the ocean where the sun sets. They didn't say the people came from there. They said their gods came from there,
Oh wow.
straight up. And when you read the stories about, and I believe mythology is ancient history misinterpreted, personally, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's, if we're to believe that these people didn't have much to many resources, they're writing this shit down. They're carving it in stone. They're writing it on stone. They're writing it on paper, animal skins, whatever. It's,
Yeah.
you wouldn't just write a funny joke when your resources are that low. You know what I mean?
You're gonna write something important, is what you're trying to say.
Absolutely. And most likely factual. So when I read these
Something you
things,
want to pass down from generation to generation so that your kids can know, your grandkids can know.
hmm, and
Yeah,
when you study mythology from various cultures, it lines up. And
it
yeah,
does.
yeah. So yeah, I believe this is Atlantis, and I believe that technology was way more advanced than it is now, thousands and thousands of years ago.
Isn't
Per-
that crazy?
Yeah, it's so many artifacts being unearthed with shit that looks like cell phones and iPads and wristwatches, and you know what I mean?
Do you think they actually have the technology, but they just don't let us know that they have it?
In a lot of cases, yeah.
I
I
think
would.
so too. I think so too. I think they're probably hiding it underground or some shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're using it for their, like, for
Yeah,
their power or whatever. You can't just, they're not going to give us everything. We got to figure it out for ourselves. So it's
absolutely.
just real crazy to me. Like I'm gonna break it down to like the lowest level of just whatever.
Mm,
Like when you go to the doctor and say you're anemic, okay? The first thing they say is, "Oh, you need to take iron pills." The iron that they give you is the iron that you have to go get, you can get a prescription for it or you can go get it over the counter. It makes you nauseous, it makes you constipated. It makes you not want to take the shit, okay?
mm,
Now, if you start as an anemic person to do the research for yourself, you will find other things that you can take that don't cause you to be nauseous, that don't cause you to be constipated, and that actually bring your levels up. But
mm-hmm.
you have to actually go do the research. The doctors, I don't know what they got going on. They're getting paid by drug companies and different stuff like that to tell you this or that. You have to go get the knowledge for yourself.
Absolutely. It's
It's just very simple. That's just as simple as I could put it for people.
that's it. And fortunately, we all have computers in our pockets now.
Yep.
It's I feel like the excuses are out the window, except for the older folks who,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
indoctrination and conditioning, it's a hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
we definitely have access to the information. And again, we got everything we need to succeed. It's it's just about really tapping in and getting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I the technology,
Tap in and get to it.
that's it right there.
Yeah,
So
that's it right there.
with
Ta-
with with your intuitive tarot and your broad base of knowledge, how is it, do you have any difficulty dealing with clients who hear what you say and then go double back and do the same shit?
yeah, tarot is an interesting um divination tool because here's the thing, like I always tell people, you are the ultimate creator of your reality. And when I say that, people don't really understand what I mean. What do you mean by that? Well, if I tell you something in tarot, okay, if I see something in tarot that maybe you need to be conscious of or whatever, um it is completely up to you to either focus on that or to not focus on that, right? So let's say, for instance, like you go to somebody and they tell you something weird and then it sounds very negative. If you believe what they're telling you, you can make that a reality, right? I feel like my job as a spiritualist who does tarot, um, my job is to just give you the tools so that way you can create the reality for yourself. Okay. And I want you to have the best outcome. So sometimes people, um, they're very, what's the word I want to say? They're very vibrational, which means like they're stuck in like the lower chakra areas. They only care about if their boyfriend is cheating on them, or if usually it's something stupid like that, like if somebody's cheating on them, that's really usually what people want to know. And I say that's stupid because why do you care if what somebody else is doing? What you should focus on is what you're doing. Okay. You should be focused on your life. You should be focused on how to make your life better, how
Uh-huh.
to have, the most healthiest mind and this, that, and the third. Now, if you think somebody's cheating on you, you probably shouldn't be with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you have to come ask me 100,000 times if the same person is cheating on you. So I try to lead people in the right direction to make it more about them and what they can do. And sometimes it works for people, but then some people just stay stuck in that same low frequency. And I think it's because of the food that we eat. I think it's because if you're watching reality TV all day, it depends on the music that you're listening to and the
Mm-hmm.
frequency and vibration in the music. So there's a lot of different changes that you have to make. Unfortunately, it takes work before you can get past that, if somebody's cheating on you or not. So it should be about your money. It should be, are you going to get the raise? What job should I be looking? What type of job should I be looking for? And yes, I
Yeah,
understand that stuff comes up in your personal life, and you want to know if somebody is in love with you, or if it's your best and highest good to keep a relationship going. Oh, I that's how you should pose those type of questions. And then, like I said, sometimes people will listen to you and sometimes they don't, but the people who do listen to me, they come back. I read for them year after year. Their life has improved, and it's not to my, I don't. It's not for me to be applauded. It's for them. They did the work that they're supposed to do.
absolutely, absolutely. See,
Yeah,
it's. I bet that's frustrating though. Getting the same
it's
question
very
over.
frustrating.
Yeah, man.
It's very frustrating. And I think because I'm the type of person. Um, like I said, I'm really big on, you are the creator of your own reality. And so this is another thing. If you're dwelling on the negative parts of a person, you're going to continue to get the negative parts of that person. Now, if you focus on the good qualities of your partner, you'll get to see more of those good qualities of your partner. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that can be very hard to do because all you can see past is the BS that they got going on, but you chose that person. Because, like, a lot of times I ask people, are you sure you want to be in a relationship with this person? And they say, but yes, I want to be in a relationship with this person. Okay, so this is the person that you chose. So therefore, then you have to work through, um, you know, those characteristics that you think are flaws. For that person, they're not flaws, because they're honoring who they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are being genuine to themselves as a person, but you chose them, so you have to either accept it or not accept it, so you can bravo them on the good qualities that you like, the stuff that you like that they do. Just make sure that you're honoring them for that, make sure you're applauding them for that, and then guess what, you'll start to see a shift in the stuff that you really don't maybe care about. They'll start to, kind of, they'll be more empathic and understand, oh, that they don't really like it when I do that, so let me try to be better or do better for that person because I love them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to, because they could be single and do what they want to do, but y'all have chosen to be together. So a lot of the questions I get are about relationships.
Mm.
You know, that's generally what I get. So yeah, that's why I bring that up. But you have to be able to respect people's boundaries. You have to be able to um make a decision if you're going to be with that person or not, and then you have to big them up for the things that they do well.
Absolutely. You hear that good advice, right?
I
Ah.
hope they hear the good advice, because it's real. Y'all sound real sad.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all sound real sad and pitiful, like y'all don't have no control over y'all's own lives. When you go to a reader and you're, blowing my phone up talking about how, you about to go crazy because a person who told you they didn't want you, you chasing them down. And that's another thing, like, people always want what they can't have. A lot
Mm.
of times people have somebody who does like them,
Hmm.
There'll be a person who likes them and they'll choose the person who doesn't like them and who's cheating on them or whatever. So we have to make better decisions, y'all.
Yeah. Now, now, do you find I've been having these conversations for years. Like, first of all, I hate the not hate. I embrace the term conscious as a conscious person, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Aware, cool. But people, highly religious people, or people who are upset with whatever religious background they have who move into these spaces tend to treat it religiously.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
I'm
that's
noticing,
true. That is
yeah,
happening a lot in the spiritual community.
yeah, that's
I hate
probably,
that.
yes, with a passion. It's frustrating to get around. And you have different sects of people who are still religious. It's just an alternative religion. And
Yeah.
I respect everybody, but if I treat everybody's opinion like somebody else's opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, like I respect your opinion. I appreciate your opinion and your perspective, and especially
Right.
especially you, but just the general you. If you're presenting to me as an upstanding person who genuinely cares about my well-being and is informed about whatever we're talking about, that it makes your opinion more valid. But if somebody's like,
Right.
"Oh, don't do that," Master gonna get you, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
They're
that.
controlling themselves again. That just goes right back to they have been indoctrinated.
Hmm.
They're a part of the matrix system. They're programming. They're just going along like a GTA character or whatever, and
Hmm.
now they want to control everybody else. They doing master's job.
Yeah, straight agent shit.
Straight agents. Literally, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Literally.
I I take it you're a fan of the Matrix.
I am. And I used to have a huge crush on Keanu Reeves. So that does help a lot.
Yeah. Right. Keanu's
I
a,
don't know the man. I don't know the man, but I'm just gonna say I used to have a huge crush.
I ain't mad at you. Yeah. I It's probably one of my favorite movie series. It's
Yeah.
so much science in there, so much juice, and just
Yeah.
yeah, all of it. Neo is Jesus, cool, but Neo is also you, most important.
Hmm.
And I love you seen the last one?
Um,
I think it's
I think I did see the last one.
Revelations, the one with it's revealed that, well, which they said in the first three movies, it was the love between Neo and Trinity that awakened the one. So in the last movie, they're showing that because they're basically halves of a whole, and they were using Neo to fuel the new Matrix, but it wasn't working until they brought Trinity back. So in the
I need to
movie,
go back and watch it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
so tell me how you feel about that part, about that.
it's
Being
yo,
half of a whole and
yeah. Think about, all right. So as individual adults, right?
hmm
The balance is, from an energetic standpoint, positive and negative in the context of electricity or energy. They
okay,
combine
got
to
you.
be, they combine to be the neutral. They balance each other out, and
Bro-
then it comes.
Proton, neutron,
There we go.
light,
And
dark, that type of thing. Okay.
yes, so
I'm with you.
physicality, this is where we at.
Got you.
Spiritually, I feel like spirit's androgynous. Like we incarnate into these binary shells to experience life from a certain
Oh,
perspective.
now
You know
you
what I mean?
really now you really getting into something. Okay.
Yeah, that it just
That
makes sense.
is that is but it is true though.
Yeah, so I see a lot of the propaganda with the battle of the sexes and stuff. And one, we all have trauma. All of our trauma is important. All of it is relative and relevant. But I implore everybody to reconcile it, deal with it, and transmute it on that alchemist shit. So that propaganda,
Yes.
like we're in the eight. Yes, there was a time when women parthenogenically had babies. Also, there was a time when women made men because they didn't want to go out and fight fucking bears. And now we're at a time where this is how it is. I feel like the battle of the sexes thing, outside of the abuse, trauma, neglect, and all of those things, it comes from the financial system.
I have been saying this for years, and people thought I was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, take the stress of money out of every relationship and it goes smooth.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
We're we're complementary beings. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear people speaking, this group don't need that group don't need this group. When men say it, it's like, bro, you have a mother. She gave birth to you. When women say it, it's like, sis, you got a father. He shot. If we're talking physicality, he shot your nervous system and your brain into your mother. The
Yeah.
egg is the body. If we're gonna get that esoteric and deep and connect those dots,
Oh my God, it can go so deep right there, you
uh,
know?
yeah, it definitely does. It's We're scratching the surface, and
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this media is straight propaganda to keep us from really getting back to it. We have all the technology we need. Nobody should ever be sick. Nobody should ever be hungry. Nobody should ever be homeless. We're supposed to be living in paradise right now.
Yeah, like what's going on then? Why are we not living in paradise?
Now, it's just a group of people who are right there.
I feel like, are they people? Are they, so that, let me not. Let me not. But
I mean, I
I
was
don't
saying,
even know if they're human beings, to be honest. They play their role just like we play our role. And whether they're actually humans like you and I are, I don't know if they are. You know what I'm saying? For all I
yeah,
know, they
I
just have
do.
on the, like, maybe they have on the body, but maybe
Mm,
what's on the inside is different from then what's, I don't know what they got going on, but I don't think it's the same.
I so
Um,
I one of my relatives was close to Dr. York, right? So if we're gonna, that history, Sumerians and quote unquote Anunnakis, and yes, I believe that. I do also believe there are other factions who might be other type of life forms wearing meat suits, like Men in Black.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and their job is not to help us at all, you know.
no, no, they're the enemy.
But if you're
Hmm.
transmuting, if you're an alchemist, it's for
Uh-huh.
your best and highest good, regardless,
Absolutely. Every movie needs
because
a villain.
it's
Every movie
supposed
needs a
to
villain.
happen for you to get what you need.
That's it. It's what without
Wait,
adversity, what is life?
who said it? The vampire movie, was it Eddie Murphy? He said
Mm.
he said, what did he say? He said, what is a bright and shiny day without a, he was like, basically like, what is a sunny day without, like, a dark day with rain? Like, I can't remember. Maybe somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But he was,
I don't
it
remember
was
the
the
exact
vampire
phrase, but
movie with like
yeah.
Eddie
Oh,
Murphy.
oh, I love Vampire in Brooklyn.
Was
Yeah,
it Vampire in
yeah,
Brooklyn? He
yeah.
had a
That's one of
quote in
my
Vampire in Brooklyn, and he was going off. He was up on the mic. He was like, "What's a bright and sunny day without such and such? You can't have good." Oh, he was like, he said, "What is good? You need
favorites.
evil." He was saying you need evil.
Yeah, the whole church singing "Evil is good."
Had the whole church singing evil is good.
Yeah, yeah. God, I love that movie. That's one of
Go
my
back and watch that part. If y'all have not seen that, go back and watch that part where he was
hmm
saying evil is good, you know?
and,
And that just goes back to balance, yin and yang, what you were talking about. You know, you have to have the balance.
yeah, that's it. And back to the, the Anunnaki conversation.
Hmm.
I In that movie, where did he say the vampires came from? They used to rule over ancient Egypt, and
I don't
before
remember what he said.
at the very beginning, it's when they show the ship going into the harbor and whatnot, he was like, they used to rule in ancient Egypt, and he doesn't remember where they came from before that. But after ancient Egypt fell, a lot of them moved to the Caribbean, and he chose New York. No, he said some vampires chose to go to Transylvania, some chose to go to the Caribbean. He
New
chose,
Orleans.
yeah, New Orleans. Yeah,
They probably, some of them chose New Orleans or whatever.
yeah. Our True Blood, fucking True
Literally,
Blood.
literally.
Yeah, it's
But
the
that's
rabbit.
interesting. Now, see, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that movie now.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
that's my shit. I feel like that's my favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that movie.
that and Coming to America, the first one.
Oh yeah, Coming to America. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
fucking Are you familiar with Brother Panic?
I don't believe so.
I Unfortunately his YouTube got taken down, but as far as esoteric symbology and archetypes and explaining
Mhm.
those and also
Yeah,
pointing them out in themes and movies, probably one of my favorites. And hella resources, hella books. Say probably a third of the ones on that bookshelf he suggested, and then some of them I had them before he said something about them, but ill do. But
Brother Panic.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Panic's an ill nigga. Rest in peace.
Oh, is he gone?
Yeah, yo. First of all, we talk about spiritualism. I want to get back to you when you were talking about thoughts and attractiveness and law of attraction when it comes to your clients and what they're thinking about when they're getting readings. But so let's pin that real quick. But
Okay.
fuck, I forgot. Never mind. Let's get to
That's my brain's the same way.
it. Yeah, yeah. Just roll with
It will
it.
circle back to it.
Yeah, it'll come back if it's that important. Or
Yeah.
but law of attraction and how you apply it and how you feel others could benefit from applying it.
Um, Let me see how I'm going to answer that question.
Take your time.
How to apply it. So I think we can put it into like, let's just go back to like the most simplest thing, right?
Mhm.
Where people used to do vision boards. You can start there if you don't understand what we're talking about and you're like, well, what does she mean? I'm the creator of my reality. I'm not God, and I can't do this or do that. Okay, what I mean is, so there is this a scripture? Write the vision and make it plain. I believe that's a scripture in the Bible. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. There's also scriptures about the writings on the wall. You have to um put your thoughts into action, and how you can basically do that and the things that you want is you can write them out, you can draw them out, you can go cut pictures out of a magazine, you can whatever, and tape them up on a board and say this is where I want to be in 5 years.
Mhm.
Now, do you need to put some action to that? Yes, you definitely should. I do believe that you should also put action to that. That's the start of the action. Then
Faith,
the next start.
faith without work is dead for the Bible people.
Faith without works is dead. So let's say you want to start a podcast like what Ian's doing or
Uh,
Cameron's doing. Um, he had to start somewhere. He wasn't just sitting around walking and pacing the floor like, "Oh my god, I just wish this would drop in my lap. I just wish this would drop in my lap." No, he had to go buy the equipment. You
Mm,
know, he had to start he had to visualize what that would look like for him. Okay,
mhm,
so that might have been a microphone, that might have been a laptop, that might have been, you need a space where you can create at. So you have to also put action to it while this is the start of manifesting.
mm,
And as you're working towards your goal, you might not know where you're going to take it or what you're going to do. While you're doing that, you're researching.
mhm,
What are your favorite podcasters doing? What do they look like? What are they saying? What are they talking about?
mhm,
Um, you know, what type of audience are they getting? Do you want that type of audience? These are the types of things that you should be thinking about. And then, let's just say, well, you're like, I want to do it. I have a lot to say, but I don't want to put my face on the internet. There's AI now.
mhm,
So you could even research how to use AI instead of your face. You could use an AI, whatever, and still get your message across, but you don't even need to be on the camera. So there's all kinds of things that you can do to manifest what it is that you want in your life. A lot of single women who don't maybe have kids right now, they want a rich husband. Okay. So how are you going to get a rich husband? I don't know. Maybe you have to visit places where rich people hang out.
mm,
Or if you just want a husband, you don't care if he's rich, you want somebody that's loyal, that's faithful, that's intelligent, How do you find these types of people? You have to start thinking about putting yourself out there. Like I have clients who sit at the house all day and they want a husband. And I say to them, well, are you leaving your house? I'm going to work. Who's at your job? It's a lot of women there. Okay, are you going anywhere outside of your house? You don't need to go to a club, obviously, or nothing, but you have to get out of your comfort zone.
mhm,
So you can want a husband or a wife all day, but you still have to figure out ways and you can draw it up, write it down what characteristics you want in a person, but then you still have to try to find a way to put your stuff out there. There's online dating. Okay, if you don't like online dating and you want to meet your person, in person, you can say, "I'm going to leave my house and when I leave my house, I am going to bump into my future partner." And you can write the vision down. You can make it very plain for yourself.
mhm,
That's how you start to manifest. Okay. You can't
mhm.
just hold it in your head and not do nothing with it and just, oh God, please, 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 please bring me a partner. That's just not how it works. So
Yeah, it's if you listen to a lot of the famous gurus, they always say you gotta you meditate it. You meditate through it, you focus on it. Yeah, 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 that's cool. Personally, we live in the United States, right? Um,
mhm.
it's a totally different culture. And if you want something out here, you gotta get active, no matter what it
That's
is.
yeah.
You have to envision it. The mental part is
Hmm.
the first part, it's the initial,
Yeah, that is the initial part.
but like you said, you gotta get active. You gotta get to it. There are a lot of different avenues. Mindset is everything. Um,
Yeah.
for my
Mindset is everything. If you think you're not attractive and you're not going to attract someone, then you're not.
yeah,
You have to do something that makes you puts you in an energy of attraction.
hmm it definitely. That's it. It's yeah. You gotta feel good. You have to
You got
take
to
care
feel
of yourself.
good. Take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Love yourself first, because that's another thing too. If you're wanting to attract, and I'm only talking about this is because this is the main thing that people come to me about.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, take care of yourself and love yourself, because when you're loving yourself, people can see that you love yourself, and that attracts people,
Yep. The
the
right.
the right type of people.
Yep. That's it right there. It's frequency. Frequency,
Yeah.
vibration, every single sense, the ones we don't know about or they don't know about. It's yeah, you're manifesting all the time. That's what people I think get misconstrued when it comes to attraction and manifestation. You're always manifesting. The question is, what are you manifesting and why?
Right, right. And
Yeah.
if it comes to money, you have to change your attitude about money. When you go to pay if you want more money and you want to attract more money, the first thing you need to do is change your attitude about money. See, a lot of us grew up thinking that, when you paid your bills, oh my God, this bill is due. I have to pay this bill. And if I pay this, I won't be able to eat or this or that. You have to get into the attitude of, I have more than enough.
Yep.
I'm going to pay this bill, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad that I'm actually able to pay this bill. You
Mm-hmm.
will start to, like, I have magically seen money just appear. Like, it looks like my money just stretched to the outer limits somehow
Mm-hmm.
because of the attitude that I've had about my money. So I've always had enough and more than enough once I got out of a poverty mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Talk that shit.
And
It's
it's hard for people to understand this concept. But if you have to put one foot in front of the other, the first step is when you pay your bills, don't be disgruntled about it.
mm-hmm.
Smile, be in a spirit of gratitude, thankful that you are able to pay your bills, and
Yes.
watch what happens.
Mm-hmm. It definitely changes everything. That gratitude, appreciation, love of what you're doing. It's
Yes.
it's the game
Find
changer.
something that you like about what you're doing. Even if you're at McDonald's, find something at McDonald's that you like doing. Okay. Because you can go from whatever cooking the food to being the manager and they make good money.
Mm-hmm.
You can be at McDonald's and you can elevate, be the person who doesn't want to stay at the bottom, the front lines, and be the person who wants to work their way up to the person that's making the most money that's there.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do in order to elevate myself where I'm at?
That's where it starts right there.
It starts right there, your mindset.
That's it. It's weird because as I live more, I realize that simple is simple, but simple ain't always easy.
Yeah.
So it really is that simple,
Hmm.
but it's a day by day and minute by minute thing.
It's a lot of mental work.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it's I give you a great example. I was working at a restaurant washing dishes and I hated it, of course, but I loved it at the same time because it allowed me time to shut the fuck up and think. I'm a cerebral person. Anakin wants to get outside. I am not letting him outside. Apologies for the noise.
Oh, you're
Um,
fine.
but so I used that time and just thought about different things. I'm an artist. So I'm thinking about art. I'm thinking about how I'm either going to create this piece or I'm going to make this song and what the production should be and inflection and all that type of stuff. Lo and behold, somebody else gets hired and they produce.
Mm.
So every day after work, we're going to the studio and being productive. Just because I was in there with a positive attitude, I'm social, I'm cool, and I express myself and I inquire about others. And I
Yeah,
really want to be, I want to, every interaction I have with somebody, I want to be positive and pleasant. I
that's
love,
it.
yeah, I, I don't mind being alone.
And don't give up on yourself.
Yeah, that's it. It's so real world example. Just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the moment, appreciate the moment. and the thing, and focus on the things that you want and do those
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and the roads converge.
Oh my God. And I'm not saying you're not going to have your ups and your downs where you're going to be freaking out and you're going to but that's why I do the work that I do, where I try to, like, I'm going to start activating people with their light language, with that universal language of
Hmm.
spirit, so that way people can have that running through their bodies. It just gives you that extra boost. Your humanality gives you that extra spiritual boost to be able to create. Okay, I'm going to start doing classes eventually. I'm working on it.
Now you,
But
that's it. You got it. That's
yeah.
is like, sorry for cutting you off, but
No, 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 you're good.
you're
You didn't
literally
cut me off.
you're literally displaying those principles of attraction and mentalism, and of course spirituality and your spiritual work. But staying, circling back to that, hey, how do we manifest thing? You fucking do it. You know what I mean? And you're doing it.
It's very simple. Okay, start with something small. Manifest, manifest that somebody's going to give you, like, your favorite, your the parking lot, the parking space. If you drive to work, start manifesting that the parking space you want is yours every single day. So you can visualize, like, when you wake up, first of all, wake up with an attitude of gratitude.
Uh-huh.
I wake up very negative sometimes because I'm not a morning person. And then I sit on the bed, I take a deep breath, and I get myself together. And then I start thinking about all the things that I'm grateful for. Okay. This is not easy for me either. But then you can visualize yourself driving into your favorite parking spot, up at the front or wherever you want to be at. Start there first and come back to these comments after you start getting that parking spot, and come back and let us know. But you have to start visualizing you getting, it's literally imagination.
Yep.
That's the secret, you guys. The secret
Yep.
is you're using your imagination to manifest what you want. If you want your partner to start saying, giving you kisses more, visualize them kissing you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whatever it is that you need, start to visualize it first, or you can write it down, like I said. Um, there's so many different ways, but yeah, start the visualization of just driving into that your favorite parking spot.
That's a that's a great exercise right there. It's simple, it's direct, for real, because I I liken a lot of these things to sports, right?
Okay.
And you, in a sports environment, the more you exercise the thing,
Yes, it's a muscle.
it's that simple. It's repetition.
Yeah,
It's really that.
consistency.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
starting small. Like especially I tell people when it comes to like losing weight, I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, and the
The
key is,
bane of
yeah, it's everybody, especially in the states where we got fucked up food. Yeah, and it's a
combined with aging and all that stuff.
yeah,
Oh my God.
and it's a high stress environment. Most of the world doesn't have to pay for healthcare. Like,
Yeah.
it's the little things. Most of the world doesn't have to pay for childcare.
Hmm.
It's so. Where was I going?
Weight loss.
Wait, all right. It's it's simple. First, you have to decide it. Then you have to do simple things to get to the goal. So, intermittent fasting. Give yourself 4 hours between your last meal and when you go to bed. Now you're not gonna digest in your sleep. Now your body's preparing faster. Now you're actually losing weight in your sleep through your breath and your sweat. It's for real.
He's
Or
dropping gems, y'all.
take increase your water take. Stop drinking soda. I personally don't drink soda. I haven't since I was in high school because I caught a cramp in football practice, and coach said that, and I'm like, really? It's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, that's it. It's a different type of cramp. So it's like, fuck it, no, I'm not even gonna do it. Then I realized I got more money because I don't drink soda.
You
I
saving
don't.
money.
Yeah, I don't have the habit. I'm not
Yeah,
addicted.
I don't have a habit of that either.
You know,
That's a
it's
terrible habit to have, y'all, first of
it,
all.
it is. But I smoke, so I ain't judging.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't judge though, but that one, like, let's start with the small stuffs first. Let's get rid of that one.
That's it. So baby steps.
Baby
Cut that out.
steps.
Cut that out. Move a little more, and over time you'll see it happen. You're manifesting that
Yeah,
you're transmuting that internal energy into something else. It's so
yeah.
it's everything
It
everywhere all
is
at
the same. Yeah.
once. It ooh, have you seen that movie? Everything everywhere
What?
all at once.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's like
I'm gonna write that one down though. What you say?
everything everywhere all at once.
Okay,
It's
I'm about to watch that one.
I'm not gonna plug anybody's platforms, but yeah, it's up there.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you, got you, got you, got you, got you.
yeah, but it's one of those things. It's mentalism. Like you're literally, it's the video game. You made the GTA reference.
Yes,
You're the player. The avatar is also you.
yes, exactly. You are the driver of this thing.
That's it. What do you want your GTA character to do
What
today?
you wanted to do? Level it up, okay?
Yeah, and
Level it up.
that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's just putting it in the most simplest terms. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
So I I'm adopting that philosophy because I'm smart. I don't want to. I'm smart. I know I'm smart, but I don't want to alienate or talk over anybody's head. I want motherfuckers to get this shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even in my music,
right.
I'm encoding this into my music. It's the same message. It's just this form, that form, that form, that form, this platform. Sorry, I'm about to start rapping, but it's it's all the same. It's the same message, but I'm realizing I have to simplify it, not dumb it down, but be very direct in what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't
And
gotta fancy it up or anything. It can be very simple, and
yeah,
you
direct.
know,
It'll benefit more
you
people.
don't have to feel like you have to perform or anything like that. It's just you
That's
being
it.
you and giving the information.
That's it. That's why I'm using my real name. Like straight up, it's easier. It's easier to perform as me than it is to perform
I
as another
love
man.
that. Yeah, I
It's,
love that.
it really is.
Yeah.
And I wanna I wanna affect more people in a
Yes.
positive way. And you know,
You're gonna have to
personally,
come on my TikTok too. So
I'm with it. Let me know. We can set up again. We can sit and talk and run our mouths and all that. I'm not trying to hold you forever. We got like what's that? 143. It's a nice amount of talk. We're gonna be able to clip the fuck out of this shit. Um, I told you behind the scenes. I'm doing this because I know so many dope people, like really fucking dope people, and I want them, and they do shit, and they should get paid more for the shit they do. So
we need to build a community of just
that's it.
dope people.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's coming. It's
it's
coming.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the start of it.
That's how I'm looking at it.
We could be like a group of superheroes.
I'm. That's what every story is about.
Everybody with our own gifts and our own things, and but
Mm,
we're all together in the same community
uh-huh.
on purpose.
Yeah, and getting it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
It's
we need to go ahead and we need to work together to do some stuff like that. That would be dope.
yeah, it's happening. I'm
Yeah.
also like as a Star Wars nerd. I don't know if you're familiar,
I'm familiar. I'm not like a Star Wars nerd or anything though.
but it's just one line. Um, Luke said something about trying. Yoda looked at him and said, "There is no try. There's do or do not." So,
Or can or cannot. Let me just throw that in there too.
you know what? I can't a curse word. I don't use that shit.
Yeah, it's either you can or you can't. Like, and if you think you can't, then you can't. You're not gonna do it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you're cursing yourself, literally.
Yeah. Yep.
Your um, your body listens. Dr. Yumoto, holds frequency. Your body
Yeah.
literally listens.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. So I don't use that language unless I'm planning to curse somebody. Like even with my children, I don't tell them can't. I tell them don't. Tell them don't a lot.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, but can't because I don't want to program them that way.
Right. I'm
I
the same
want,
way.
yeah, like I even have a song. The hook is literally "I can do anything." I want to program people's minds to believe in themselves. Like I deal, fuck that. I'm not speaking that in my existence, but I've encountered people who are jealous of said talent of other people, and it prohibits and inhibits productivity. Trying not to attract that shit again. But it's yeah, if everybody believes in the fucking selves, then we don't
Mm-hmm.
have that problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would get the work
Exactly.
right. We can
You get
really
to
get
be
people
yourself. I get to be myself, and there's no need for jealousy and competition, that type of thing.
healthy competition, but it's love. You know what I mean? Like
I get that too, yes.
it's like I'm a
Especially
rapper.
because yeah, I was going to say, especially because you're more into your masculine energy. You're a rapper, so I definitely get that.
There we go. Yeah. Oh,
I'm not competing against any female. I'll tell you that right now.
nah, I don't really I don't understand. Well, I do understand conditioning. Conditioning.
Yeah, it's conditioning. It definitely is.
Yeah, it's conditioning. It
And there's a lot of it, but it to each their own. Everybody has their own journey to go through, that type of thing. I just never have been, but I totally get it in the realm like of what you're speaking about.
yeah, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt until I gotta write them off. Like,
For real.
yeah,
And
I'm a
it's so
stand.
funny though, you give people the benefit of the doubt. And
Mhm.
I really I've been working on that because I generally don't. It's either I feel energetically connected to you or I don't.
Mm,
But but the guy that I'm in a relationship with, he's like, just start off with the benefit of the doubt. Just start off with the benefit of the doubt. So I'm trying to adopt that a little bit.
mm.
But
I'm,
yeah, usually if I'm not connected to you energetically, I just don't give you any benefit of the doubt. You would have to
mm,
prove something. So I'm trying to get out of that.
I respect it. I ain't, I respect it. I and now if you think it could just be a masculine way to approach things pragmatically.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look into that and see.
Yeah, cause all right. So as parents and as adults, I learned something and it made me go on a dig. So yes, male sperm swims faster and doesn't live as long. Female
I
sperm
didn't know
swims
that.
slower. Yeah, and it lives longer. So think about men and women, masculine and feminine energy. Women live longer,
Yeah.
men don't. But men take more risks, swim faster. You'll see men doing wild shit
Yeah. More
for
risky type of
yes,
stuff.
yes. It's we're like this from that time. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the balance thing. I've had my mom or my wife or a lot of women in my life be like, when they say don't do it, I'll second guess it. If they
What you
don't,
mean?
whatever it is,
Is it because they are women? That's why you have second guessed it?
if I when I know that they actually care about me, I take their opinion into more consideration because they view things from a different perspective.
Oh, okay, got you. That makes sense.
As a man, it's testosterone. It makes us do wild shit, but it's how we're wired. But sometimes
Yeah.
it pays off. But the way I gauge it in my personal life is, if the women around me don't tell me don't, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, God. Oh. So I got you. So if the women in your life were like, if they say no, don't do it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this because this is that mothering, nurturing energy,
It's yeah,
like that type of thing.
y'all
Yeah.
tap in on a different level than we are, and I'm driven to do dangerous shit.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, it's balance. Y'all,
Yeah.
women came first, and y'all made us this way. Thank you, because without men doing wild shit, it's a lot of shit wouldn't exist. It will
I
probably
just learned.
be maybe, I don't know. Maybe it should be, yeah. But we wouldn't have some of this shit that we have, that we enjoy, in the toys and the buildings and the houses and the so it's balance.
It
I don't
is.
know.
And I like that perspective, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of men,
Mhm.
and I mean, because we're on the subtopic of gender, there's
Oh,
a
go
lot of
ahead.
men who have podcasts, and they don't feel that way.
They're
You know what
clowns.
I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I the podcast I listen to is spiritual shit. Um,
exactly. So they're more
history, um,
they're down here.
yeah, yeah,
Raise
yeah.
their vibration.
We
They
on
on a
different
different,
type
they
of
on a
time.
totally different frequency.
Yeah, we on. Those are the type of people I would not want to be associated with.
I'm
Um,
telling you.
yeah. So a lot. It's weird because everybody that tells me about them, and it speaks to the integrity of my friend group. It's always the women telling me about it from the pages they follow that are either rebutting or highlighting the foolishness.
Yeah.
And I don't know who these motherfuckers are. I have no idea. Excuse my language if that's your child over there.
No.
Um,
I have my earphones in anyway, so
all right, bet. Um, but yeah, I don't know who these niggas are. And everything I see
who
sounds
are
like clown shit.
don't get me started. A lot of them, and I'm not even trying to be funny, and I don't want to turn this into something that it's not, because
Mm-hmm.
we've been talking about a lot of spiritual stuff. But when I do look at them, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, just the ones that I kind of see, because I don't really watch a lot of stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them seem like men who were raised, like, they're raised by women they don't like. Okay, because not every man has a good relationship with their mother. And
Not
I
everybody
and I
is
and I and
better.
I think that sometimes, and not all of them have mothers, and so I think that we could start there. What is your relationship with your mother? If you didn't have a good relationship with your mother, your relationship with women is not going to be good.
Well, it could be.
I mean, it
It,
could be, I guess, if you have like other females in your family, like your
well, that
grandmother or aunties or something like that.
and the the analogy comes to mind. There's a set of twins. Their parent is an addict. One of
Okay.
them is an addict. The other one doesn't. You ask both of them why. One of them says, "I saw my parent do it." The other one, you ask them why not. They say, "I saw my parent do it." It's
Got you. So it's like
what they took from
what
it.
they're absorbing.
Yeah, and how they did it. I lead with
That's a
compassion.
good point. That's a good point too.
Yeah, because first of all, autonomy. Every I believe in free will.
Definitely.
So I give everybody that respect. Maybe they're NPCs. I don't know, but whatever.
They might be, because it's a lot of them. It's a millions of people on a planet.
Yeah,
So
and
I mean, you don't know what we got going on out here.
agents. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's a
agents.
lot. It's a lot.
That's the other thing that people fail to, especially a lot of these love and light spiritualists, and they only acknowledge the positive, which I'm with it. But
Yeah, they're liars.
yeah, they are.
I almost laugh sometimes because, like, like there's to go back to like the spiritual part of things. Like,
Mhm.
you have mediums who do mediumship, and if anybody is doesn't know what mediumship is, that's connecting to someone who's passed over. Okay, they're
Mhm.
no longer in the body anymore, and you're able to connect to them and talk to them, get messages from them, whatever. A lot of them will only acknowledge that, the spirit, oh, it's love and light, this and that, and they just left out the body and everything's great and good. I don't agree with that, only because of my own experiences with spirits and what they've told me or what they've shown me.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that it is bad. What I'm saying is that they all do still have their own journey too, on the other side. And I'm not saying it's hell or heaven or anything like that, but it is something that you create also, like you do here. And like I remember when my aunt passed away, she didn't even know she had passed. And people asked me, well, how do you know she didn't know she was passed? Because she told me, she showed me. She was very confused. She was trying to find her way back to my mom's house because that's where she lived. And she went on for a couple of years in the spirit realm like that, very confused, very did not know that she was gone, didn't want to be gone. She wanted to be back in her body. And until one day she had elevated and all of a sudden she had raised whatever vibration
Mhm.
to be okay with her passing, and then she was able to go on to whatever they consider to be heaven or bliss or whatever she experienced, and I do believe that.
Mhm.
um so yeah, it's not all just like, oh, love and lights and that type of thing.
Yeah, no, 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 no. You said it right. Those people are liars.
They're liars.
They're liars for real.
They're selling you a story, to pay them or whatever, and then
Yeah. Yes. And and at the same time, since it's quantum, they're manifesting it. Like I used to despise TD Jakes, right?
Hmm.
Because my aunt used to watch this nigga like religiously, and so I used to hate the sound of his voice. I'm a boy, right? So I'm seeing
Yeah.
the game he's running, and I'm seeing how he's taking all these
Yeah,
women's
you were
money.
picking up on stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But as I become an adult and I sit back and I'm like, my aunt rocked with him, and she got exactly what she wanted.
Yeah,
It
so
worked.
she got what she wanted out of it.
It
And
worked. Like she found an amazing husband who loved her, bought her fucking house and all, like the fairy tale thing, right? Like
yeah,
it worked. Can I be mad? Fuck TD Jakes.
right.
He gave me one of the best vocal clips in the past 10 years. That swallowed up his
Oh my God.
yeah, that shit's hilarious.
I used to really, and I'm not going to say I don't respect him. I used to really respect him as a preacher back in
Mm-hmm.
the day, but I always knew, and I'm not really going to use your podcast to gossip or anything, but I'm from Ohio and he's
Mm-hmm.
from like West Virginia. So a lot of the people that I knew him,
Mm-hmm. Right there.
knew him, knew his wife, and knew that he is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So what they say about him, the rumors that are they're saying about him now, those are rumors from the past. People already been knew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't talk, say anything against what he does or anything like that, but
I
any you
I
can
go ahead. Well, actually,
I think I'm starting, this is my thoughts. I'm starting to think that a lot of these people use religion to make money. Okay. And they're not really their authentic selves.
no.
They're not really living in their authenticity, and they're using religion to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a lot of spiritual people doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I
I
guess that's how I would say that.
I understand and I agree wholeheartedly. I bring up that example to highlight my aunt's belief in the program and her manifesting that situation through that regimen. He might be a piece of shit, that's fine. Messenger can kick rocks. Message might be potent. If it is
Yeah.
potent, I I'm a Sag. Bruce Lee's a Sag. His whole martial art of Jeet Kune Do was keep what works, disregard what doesn't work, study everything. Study
I love
everything.
that.
Keep what works, disregard what doesn't work. It's a philosophy for life, and I live like that. Cause and it helps me reconcile anger and trauma and resentment and shit and seeing like this nigga's literally pimping these women, like getting mad money off of them. But
Yeah. And they're poor people most of the time.
yeah, yes. Creflo Dollar the same way, but I see Creflo Dollar. The fact that he could even have the balls to ask for a $65 million jet lets you know that his constituents got that bread, and he talk about that bread, so they get that bread because it's his
Yeah.
influence or what they do with it. I don't know about that man's personal life. He's probably a piece of shit.
Probably a lot of them are. I used to
Yeah,
live, I used to be in that. Like I said, I used to be very religious. I could talk about my past in the church. We could be here all day.
I feel you.
Okay. We could be here all day. And I have tea. Okay.
Mhm.
Of these preachers and different things like that, and me being a teenager and them being grown and trying to come on to me and just all kind of weird stuff that they do. You cannot put your faith in no person,
No.
and that's why you need to focus on yourself, elevating yourself, not always focusing on other people, what other people are doing and saying, and this, that, and the third. It's about elevating yourself at the end of the day.
Yes.
Okay, take what you can get from these people and what you can use and use it to your advantage, and then leave the rest, like you
Yes.
said.
Yes. 100%. Because
And
nobody's
don't
perfect.
worry about what they're doing in their personal lives, just worry about what you got going on.
Yeah. Use it to your advantage. That's it. And
Hmm.
one beautiful thing about life is people get what they deserve.
Yeah.
So, however you want to take that, people always get what they deserve.
Hmm.
From an astrological standpoint, Saturn is that motherfucker.
Yeah.
From a spiritual mindset, like again, the love and light crowd, hell exists.
Mm.
You make it yourself though.
Yeah. I
There's
agree.
the devil is you, and there's no external devil except for these human beings.
Oh, don't
But
say that. The nerve, the audacity.
fuck it. I learned that from the great, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's yeah,
If you tell that, you can't tell no Christian person that, honey.
nah, but without the devil, where's the control?
Exactly. We go back to the control thing,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
controlling other people with the devil.
Mhm.
I love my mom, and like I had said earlier, that she did have like a drug and alcohol issue when I was younger. She's in church now. She's she's recovery, or whatever they say. She's in recovery.
Mhm.
um she has my son right now, and the thing that I have to do when she takes him, I have to get him back and deconstruct all the indoctrination that he gets there in a week,
Yeah,
because it's always the devil this and the devil that, and he comes back talking about, and I'm like,
yeah. How old is he?
he's just turned 6 in June. He's a Gemini.
Oh,
He's so if you do know anything about astrology, my son is a triple Gemini.
really?
That means that he has at least three, but he's got multiple Gemini placements.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a super Gemini. Okay.
So
So,
he talks, he questions, he communicates, and yeah, very witty.
yes, he's very interesting. He's a very interesting child.
That's dope as hell.
And
I
so, but he is a sponge and he, learns these things while he goes away. And then I have to get him back and then I have to talk to him, talk him through it.
yeah. I I told my children that flat out. There is no devil in hell. I I'm direct. And what I've noticed, as far as media, I give my children anime, like shonen anime, and
Yeah. There's a lot of good lessons,
yeah,
life lessons in it.
yes. And when it comes to the higher sciences, it's a lot of anime about that. Like, and we can talk about that. But
Yes.
still, it explores those moral questions and explores them in a very real way. And
It does. I agree with you.
yeah, so I give them anime. It's it's usually not some weirdo shit like Nickelodeon cartoons have become.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, and I'm a
Yeah.
cartoon person. If I'm watching
What you
anything,
drink? What you drinking?
oh, water.
Oh, okay, okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, this episode and every other episode is sponsored by
Hydrate.
water and air.
I know that's right. Hydrate, guys. Hydrate. You see mine
Yeah.
dripping? I like
Hmm.
my water. Now, I don't know because, my man's always like, you need to drink warm water. I'm a ice
Yeah,
cold water type of person,
I agree with him.
but he's always telling me that warm water is better for your body. But I don't know. I just like my water nice and cold.
Everybody's different, but I drink room temperature water. I don't do cold water unless I'm like about to overheat and I have to cool down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's always me, though. I feel like I'm always just the cold water I needed to regulate.
uh, that makes sense. I mean, you're literally a spiritual practitioner that works in the field and doesn't just do this for your own personal life. So
Right.
you got a lot of energy flowing through you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's. I heard somebody say back in the day that that's where spontaneous human combustion comes from.
What?
Overload, overload of Kundalini, and the person just go up.
Oh, that's interesting that you bring up Kundalini. That is interesting. So what now finish the thought though.
Yeah, that's it. Spontaneous human combustion. They say they said that yeah, that's what causes it. A person has a random or Kundalini awakening they're preparing for, and it happens and they go up.
Interesting.
Yeah, it to me it makes sense. I've had that feeling. I know how hot it is, and yeah,
That makes sense. I never heard that before, but that definitely makes sense.
yeah. When they said it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. If you get overloaded at once, what else would happen?
I pulled a card for myself recently, right?
Hmm.
Um, because I have a bunch of cards, you guys. Like I have tarot, but I also have like oracle cards. And so one of the oracle card decks that I have is this the right one? Yes. It's called Sacred Spirit. Okay. It's by Anna Stark. So I love it. And then, so it's just funny to me that you brought that Kundalini energy up because one of the cards that I pulled for myself was this one. I don't know if you can see, but you can see
Mm,
that Kundalini energy, right?
yep.
And the cards is Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life.
There you go. Real time
And I mean, I
confirmation.
literally have just pulled this card for myself, you
Mm,
know.
real time confirmation.
But confirmation, if y'all don't know about Kundalini energy, go do your research.
Please.
Um, I have just recently started doing Kundalini yoga. When
Nice.
I say like I had the craziest experience with this energy going in and out of my body, flowing through my body, and it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So if you feel so led to do so,
Hmm.
definitely go research Kundalini energy
Straight
for
up.
sure. Straight
Do
up.
your, do your Googles, people.
Go ahead and do that one. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Now we've
but
been
I
on. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I
No,
was
go ahead.
I was gonna say we've been off for like 2 hours, and I ain't trying to take up the rest of your day. Like I could literally,
I know, and
but I don't want to
I've
impose.
had the. This is the first of all. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Of
This is
course, thank you
this
for
has
coming.
been. It's my pleasure to be honest with you. I'm so happy to be on here. I hope this is not the last time.
Nah, not at
Um, but yes, this book talks in depth.
all.
Well, not in depth, but it gives you a good summary of Kundalini energy. And it does say it resides within every person, regardless of their culture, religion, or their location.
Mm-hmm.
Awakening Kundalini causes the energy to ignite and rise through the chakras. It lights up each chakra, giving each one an energetic boost along its way, continuing towards the higher crown chakra and beyond. Rising Kundalini can trigger positive and negative experiences. Um, a spontaneous awakening can be triggered by extreme events in your personal life, such as abuse, trauma, accidents, major life events, extreme stress, and drug use. So they're basically saying you need to be prepared for this type of energy. Before you do start working with this, you need to do your research. You can get with a spiritual practitioner like myself or like
Oh,
Cameron who can help you with this. But yeah,
yeah,
it's a beautiful thing though. I
it
just
is.
wanted, I don't
It
know,
very
that just excited me when you said that because literally just been getting those downloads,
confirmation. That's
confirmation.
for the people in the internet world. Real time examples. Like this shit works. You just
Yeah.
gotta work it, and that's really it. And love yourself, and love others
Hmm.
too. Love everybody. Like generally,
Right.
lead with love, and
Yeah, try to stay in a spirit of neutrality, an energy of neutrality, not judgmental or too critical or whatever. Just try to stay neutral as much as you possibly can. And if you struggle with that, you just have to work on that.
that's it. Just like going to the gym, one foot in front of the other, like I said earlier.
Right, exactly.
That's the perfect way to put it. One foot in front of the other, and just
But
keep
it
it.
has been a pleasure. Honestly, it's been a pleasure to be on.
Thank you so much for coming through. I really wanted to do this. Like I said, my whole goal with this is just to talk to dope people, talk about some dope shit and really interesting topics, get their perspective, have them highlight their businesses because they do dope shit and deserve to get paid for it and paid well.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you so much.
you out here doing the Lord's work. I want you to be
I
able to
bel
keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate that sentiment because that's how I feel about it, and it's nice to be seen. And
Yeah,
it's nice that when someone sees you for more than just a human being, like they can actually see your spirit. And
uh-huh.
so, thank you for that.
Of course. You're very welcome and thank you. So, with that being said, my name is Cameron Galloway. This
My
is
name is Aisha Stars.
You see her link tree scrolling. It's in the description. Hit one of us up if you need her services. Pay her that motherfucking coin. Peace.
Peace.